What's up? I have no hair. In case you missed it, I posted a video was me getting rid of all my hair, so you can go watch that if you would like. Today's video is going to be a review of a movie called The Greatest Showman, and let's just get right on into this review. We're gonna start off with some non-spoilery things, but I really enjoyed this movie. I would probably give it a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It gets knocked down just a little bit because there wasn't really any plot. I mean, it was good, don't get me wrong. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very entertaining, very visually pleasing, and the music was phenomenal. But overall, there wasn't really a plot, and there wasn't a whole lot of character development either, so that's the knockdown there. Greatest Showman is sort of about P.T. Barnum, which was the, like, famous circus guy, you know, the very traditional circus story with the red suited guy, and he's the one in charge of the circus. That's P.T. Barnum. That's like the historical figure. P.T. Barnum in real life was not a very good person. He was very abusive, he was really mean, he was very greedy, just not a good person all around. In this movie, Hugh Jackman plays P.T. Barnum, and his character is definitely not a bad guy. He makes some mistakes for sure, but overall he has a good heart. So it's not like historically accurate, but I didn't have a problem with that watching it, but that is something to note. Really liked it. I don't think I can say much else without spoiling anything. So if you want to go see the movie and not hear about it, then you should click off the video and come back after you go see the movie. Let's get into spoilers. I have made some notes. Intro and the sync of the visual to the music and the lights coming on and the click click and the stomp stomp with the cane, and ooh, it from the very first like 30 seconds just was encapturing. I could not look away. I cried multiple times throughout this movie, and it wasn't because the movie was sad or because it was like super happy or like any real emotion. It was simply because the music and the choreography and the visual of such was all just so beautiful. I am obsessed with musical theater, so getting to watch something like this that was so well done is just always really just makes me super emotional. Probably another reason why this is a 4 out of 5 stars and not a 5 is because I don't love Hugh Jackman's voice. I saw him in Les Miserables, and he played one of the main male characters in that, and it was just so annoying then, and it was still pretty annoying now to listen to him sing. Luckily, this character didn't actually have a whole lot of singing to do. His parts in the music were very talking rather than singing, but that makes me question if that's really how they originally thought of this character's voice when they wrote the music, or if they did that because they casted Hugh Jackman. I just don't understand why he keeps being put into, like, he's a good dancer, so maybe that's why, I don't know, but it really annoys me. Child P.T. Barnum was so cute. He was just a little, and his voice was so cute. I had a feeling that we were only gonna get him in the one song. I just really loved his voice. Oh my god, so cute. And that was, I think, the first time I cried because he's like homeless and stuff. Oh, he's so sad. Michelle Williams did an amazing job throughout this movie. I loved her dancing. I don't know if she had a dance double, so maybe it wasn't her dancing and it was somebody else, but her part was amazing. And I loved her singing voice in it too. She was really just, it was great. When Hugh Jackman's character, P.T. Barnum, comes into the little woman's washroom and convinces the bearded lady to join his, like, spectacle show, I just loved that song, and I loved the bearded lady throughout the entire movie. I thought she was one of my favorites. I just loved her, and her singing was phenomenal. But my favorite scene was the Hugh Jackman Zac Efron duet in the bar when Hugh Jackman is trying to convince Zac Efron's character to join his show and be a part and like make it so that the rich people like his show. In that scene, the dancing is just phenomenal. I really loved it. The singing was good too. Hugh Jackman, as per usual, was not my fave, but that's okay. Zac Efron's voice was really good. And the dancing, oh my god, it was so wonderful to get to watch Zac Efron be like dancing and singing again. Like, it just brought me back to the High School Musical days, and it was fantastic. The only thing I have to say about this scene was they took so many shots. I think I counted and it was over 15. And I was just like, are they gonna die in this episode? I keep saying episode. In this scene? Because that's a lot of alcohol. And they were already drinking like before the scene starts. Everyone is obsessed with Zendaya, and I didn't watch all of the Amazing Spider-Man movie because I was bored and I fell asleep when we watched it at home. Unpopular opinion. So I don't really like know Zendaya very well because that was her main movie, I think, and I didn't even get to the part where we meet her, I don't think. Or if we did it like very briefly and then I fell asleep. So I'm not like obsessed with her, but I knew that a lot of people were like kind of annoyed that she didn't have a big part, but I felt that her part was pretty prominent, and she pointed out every time of this like historical moment that this movie takes place of all of the racial aspects of this. Like that scene when she goes to the opera and she says she always wanted to watch the opera, and then Zac Efron's character is with her, and then his parents are rude, and then she walks out because she doesn't feel comfortable because obviously they're being racist. And also when they like go to the Queen, they're invited to go to the Queen of England's, and she says, is everyone allowed to go? And it's very obvious what she's asking, and Zac Efron has to decide to say, well, I guess we'll have to tell her if we can't all go, no one goes. My most disappointing, like significant moment in this show, and probably the most disappointing song, was after we meet this opera singer who's really famous for opera, and then we watch her sing and she doesn't sing opera. I was expecting some beautiful soprano or alto, I don't care, but some opera, and that's not what happened. It was like just a normal song. It was weird that they introduced her as an opera singer. It was kind of lame. I didn't like it, and it just didn't seem like amazing enough for him to be like, oh my god, because like all of them can do that. Like, is it, it was weird. It was weird. The other thing that I was a little bit annoyed is the plot problem, which is that there wasn't really anything that happened. There wasn't really a problem throughout this entire movie. Like, they did have the problem of not being able to afford and like going into debt for the building and stuff, and the building being put on fire and stuff, but that didn't seem like the main problem. It just felt like a side problem. But the thing was that there wasn't really any problem. And so they're setting this whole thing up throughout this movie of Hugh Jackman's character is going to end up cheating on his wife, who overall they have this like really great relationship, and so I thought that that was going to be the problem, is that he cheats on her. And so he goes on this trip with the opera singer, and then when it comes to the moment where you think they're going to do it, he's actually a good person and says, whoa, no, nah, I'm good. And then she gets mad, which was dumb. It was just weird that they didn't even give this historically horrible person even like one aspect of bad, which like in comparison to all of historical P.T. Barnum's horribleness, like cheating, not that bad. I mean, it's a bad thing to do, but not as bad as abuse. I thought that they might give him something that was like not a good trait, and they didn't, and it was just kind of weird. Like, I guess the biggest problem that he had was that he was putting a lot of his work first before his family, but like he also had a good relationship with his immediate family, his wife and his kids, so I don't know, it was weird. This is me. This is the part where I also thought like we were gonna get some more like because we see P.T. Barnum decide not to let his weird people into the area where all these rich hoity-toity people are. He doesn't let them in. He like shoves the door closed. And so I thought that that was going to be a way bigger moment, and it like just kind of was that. And then they sang This Is Me, which was fantastic. Again, the bearded lady, wonderful. I don't know her name in real life, but she is an amazing singer, and that scene was also so emotional to watch them, and it was good. And yeah, so like again, I thought that there would be more to that, but it just kind of didn't really go anywhere. So this is my main issue. Like, the spectacle of the movie made it good, but the plot itself wasn't that great. Zac and Zendaya's going back to the situation that starts at the opera house when Zac Efron's parents fuck up and are racist, and then Zac Efron ends up telling them, no, 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 you can't say that shit. I wished that he would have said that in front of Zendaya before she ran away, but he didn't, but that's okay. But then their duet, when they were like in the sky and stuff and doing all the trapeze stuff, I was watching it and so stressed because like Zac Efron's character isn't a trapeze artist, so like what is he doing 50 feet in the air? He doesn't know how to do that, and he was gonna die. I was so concerned that I wasn't able to enjoy it, but like overall, like thinking back on it, that choreography was amazing and everything in the song. And Zac Efron also climbed like a monkey in that scene. Like, did you notice that in the background he like climbs up to the second story so that he can jump onto like the thing that Zendaya is on when she's in the sky? But he like climbs up it. Oh, it was funny. My main problem with the movie was definitely that we didn't get enough problem. Like, we get this like almost problem. We get a few almost problems and then it never turns into a real problem to get fixed. It just is always almost a problem. And like, I don't know, I kind of would have liked it to almost be a cheating story because, like I said, I didn't need P.T. Barnum to be the horrible person that he was, because it's definitely supposed to be an enjoyable like story and he would be the main character. And so it didn't need to be a serious story for this huge spectacle that they decided to make, but I just wanted more problem so that they could have a good climax. That's my review of The Greatest Showman. I really loved especially the visuals of it. The choreography was fucking amazing. The music was also good. I think the choreography won me over though, because I attempted to listen to the music from Spotify afterwards and I just didn't really care about listening to it. I really wanted to rewatch it because the fucking choreography was so good, especially that other bar scene at the end too, where they're all in the bar. Like, there's the scene, the duet with Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman in the bar. That was probably my #1, but then the second bar scene when they're all there after the fire happens and then they end up dancing together, oh my god, that was also a very good dance scene. Whew. Okay. So yeah, that's I think all I have to say without repeating myself too much. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below if you've seen Greatest Showman. What did you think of it? Also, if you have any musical recs, let me know. I've been listening to Dear Evan Hansen. I listened to it on my road trip that I just took. But if you have any other ones, let me know, because I'm a huge Hamilton fan and I need some more musicals in my life. I'll see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye! I wish I could